In the sprawling multiverses of DC and Marvel, two figures stand out for their sheer, unadulterated toughness. They're the unkillable, unbreakable, and often unhinged brawlers of their respective worlds. On one side, we have the main man, the last Charnian, the cosmic bounty hunter with an attitude as big as his kill count, Lobo. On the other, the best there is at what he does, the feral mutant with an adamantium skeleton and a past shrouded in mystery, Wolverine. Today, we're not just asking who would win in a fight. We're staging the ultimate immortal brawl. This isn't about a quick knockout or a clever trick. This is a war of attrition, a battle of wills between two of the most relentless healing factors in all of comic book history. So grab your popcorn, secure your valuables, and let's get ready for a slobberknocker of cosmic proportions. First, let's break down our combatants. James Logan Howlett, better known as Wolverine, is a mutant whose primary power is an accelerated healing factor. This allows him to regenerate damaged or destroyed tissues with incredible speed and efficiency. He can recover from virtually any wound, from bullet holes to catastrophic explosions. This healing also grants him immunity to most poisons and diseases and slows his aging process to a crawl, making him well over a century old. But his healing factor isn't his only weapon. Bonded to his entire skeleton is the nigh-indestructible metal, adamantium. This makes his bones virtually unbreakable and, most famously, gives him his signature 6 retractable claws, 3 on each hand, that can slice through almost any substance known to man. Logan is also a master of multiple martial arts, a seasoned tactician, and possesses superhuman senses of smell, sight, and hearing. When pushed to his limit, he can enter a berserker rage, a state where he fights with primal, unstoppable fury, ignoring pain and injury to tear his opponents apart. Now, let's turn our attention to the main man. Lobo is the last of his kind, the Charnians, and for good reason. He single-handedly killed every single one of them as a science project. Genetically engineered for survival, Lobo possesses a healing factor that makes Wolverine's look like a slow-acting band-aid. He can regenerate from a single drop of his own blood. That's right, if you blow him to bits, each drop of blood can potentially grow into a new, fully formed Lobo, just as strong and angry as the original. This ability essentially makes him truly, biologically immortal. He also boasts superhuman strength that allows him to go toe-to-toe with heavyweights like Superman, along with superhuman speed and stamina. He's an expert tracker and a brutally effective brawler. Lobo doesn't need fancy martial arts, he relies on overwhelming force. And let's not forget his gear. He rides a souped-up space hog called the Space Dolphin and carries an arsenal that includes a trademark hook and chain, plasma rifles, and frag grenades. He's been banned from both heaven and hell, meaning even if you could kill him, he's just going to come right back, angrier than before. So, the stage is set. Let's imagine the first round. Wolverine and Lobo cross paths in a desolate, intergalactic dive bar. A spilled drink, or wrong look, it doesn't take much. The fight explodes into action. Logan pops his claws, the signature *SNIKT* echoing through the bar. Lobo grins, cracking his knuckles. Wolverine lunges, his adamantium claws aiming for a vital spot. He's faster, more precise. He lands several deep slashes across Lobo's chest and face. For a normal being, this would be the end. For Lobo, it's a minor inconvenience. The wounds bubble and seal shut in seconds. Lobo retaliates, swinging his chain. It wraps around Logan, and with a flick of his wrist, he sends Wolverine flying through a wall. The sheer strength difference is immediately apparent. Lobo is in a class far above Wolverine in terms of raw power. He can trade blows with Kryptonians. Wolverine, while strong, is nowhere near that level. Round 2. The fight spills out into the streets of whatever backwater planet they're on. Wolverine, realizing he can't match Lobo's strength, switches tactics. He uses his agility and combat skill to dance around the larger Charnian, looking for an opening. Snicked, slice. He's a whirlwind of adamantium death. He manages to sever Lobo's arm. Does it slow him down? Nope. Lobo just laughs, picks up his own severed arm, and beats Wolverine with it before the limb dissolves and a new one grows in its place. This is where the true horror of fighting Lobo sets in. Conventional damage is not just ineffective, it's almost pointless. Wolverine's claws can cut him, no doubt. Adamantium can slice through Charnian flesh. But the regeneration is just too fast, too absolute. Lobo, on the other hand, starts getting serious. He grabs Wolverine and begins pummeling him. Logan's adamantium skeleton protects him from being crushed, but the sheer force of the blows turns his internal organs to pulp. He's a bloody mess, but his healing factor kicks in, desperately trying to knit him back together. This is the core of the battle, Wolverine's healing versus Lobo's. Wolverine's healing is finite. It can be overwhelmed. If he sustains enough massive damage in a short period, he can be incapacitated or even killed, at least temporarily. We've seen him reduced to a skeleton, and it takes time for him to regenerate from that. Lobo's regeneration is on a whole other level. It's not just healing, it's replication. His ability to regenerate from a single cell is a game changer. You can't overwhelm it, you can only spread it. In a prolonged fight, every drop of blood Wolverine spills from Lobo is a potential new enemy. Imagine Wolverine finally managing to decapitate Lobo, only for the head to start laughing and the body to grow a new head. So, how could Wolverine possibly win? His best, and perhaps only, chance is incapacitation. He can't kill Lobo through brute force. But could he restrain him? Unlikely. Lobo's strength is too great. Could he dismember him faster than he can regenerate? Again, unlikely. Lobo's regeneration is near instantaneous. Wolverine's only true path to victory would involve some kind of external factor, a deus ex machina. Perhaps trapping Lobo in a vat of adamantium or sending him into a black hole. But in a straight-up, one-on-one fight with no outside help, the odds are stacked impossibly high against the mutant. Let's consider the mental game. Both are stubborn, relentless fighters. But Wolverine, for all his rage, is a hero. He has a code, however twisted. He fights to protect others. Lobo fights for fun, for money, or just because he's bored. He has no moral compass, no limits to his depravity. He would enjoy a fight that never ends. Wolverine, on the other hand, would grow frustrated. The sheer futility of his attacks would wear on him mentally. He's used to being the one who gets back up, the one who outlasts everyone. Facing an opponent who does it better and with a sadistic grin would be maddening. So, let's call the fight. After hours, maybe even days of non-stop, city-leveling brawling, the outcome becomes clear. Wolverine is exhausted. His healing factor, taxed to its absolute limit, is slowing down. He's taken more punishment than he ever has in his long life. Lobo, on the other hand, is having the time of his life. He's barely winded. He might be covered in slash marks that heal as soon as they appear, but his energy is limitless. He could do this for eternity. In the end, Lobo would likely incapacitate Wolverine. He could pummel him until his healing factor gives out, then maybe tie him to a rocket and shoot him into the sun for a laugh. Or perhaps he'd just get bored and leave, declaring himself the winner. The verdict is in. While Wolverine is one of the toughest sobs in the Marvel Universe, Lobo operates on a different plane of existence. His combination of Superman-level strength and a regenerative ability that borders on godhood is just too much for Logan to handle. Wolverine can hurt him, he can make him bleed, but he can't put him down. Lobo, however, can and would eventually overwhelm Wolverine's legendary durability. In the immortal brawl between the main man and the Wolverine, the victory goes to the last Charnian. It wouldn't be pretty, it wouldn't be quick, but it would be decisive. What do you think? Did we get it right? Is there a scenario where Wolverine could pull off a win? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. We love diving into these epic comic book showdowns. If you enjoyed this battle analysis, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite characters. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.